Josh, I've been out in the stands, and a lot of kids and even adults are excited about watching us rip some packs.
Yeah, I can't wait
See
for
if we can maybe pull Evan Carter debut patch.
I think if that happened, Evan might be jumping off the second level signing cards somewhere. That'd be pretty cool, though.
Now, before we start opening, a few questions. Just a week or so ago, here at Globe Life Field, you had a wiffle ball tournament. It was awesome. It was for the Miracle League. Can you talk about how that came about and how awesome that was?
Yeah, okay. I mean, we'll go all the way back. Miracle League for me started back in high school, my senior year. My dad got me into it. We'd go out on Sunday mornings and be with these kids who just don't have the opportunities that most kids do. They just have some disabilities and they just don't get to play recreational sports. So got to go out there, pitch to them, watch them hit home runs, just see the smile on their faces. And it was a huge perspective thing for me because these kids go out there, you know, they don't get the opportunities to do what we do. And to pitch to him, I pitched to a kid that was blind, and he would hit the ball. It was unbelievable. His grandpa would tell him when to swing. Like, just to be able to sit there and watch that, it fills your cup because you're like, wow, what am I complaining about today? These kids are just out there having fun. And so that's kind of how it started. And then in college, we did a couple things with the Miracle League in Lubbock. And then last year during spring training, we did the Miracle League thing out in Surprise. So that kind of got me right back into it because I hadn't done it in a while. And I've been looking for an avenue to give back. And now I finally feel like I'm stable where I'm at. And that's all I want to do is be able to give back. So I tried to collide two worlds that I really love because I feel like wiffle ball, everyone's played wiffle ball, right? Like that's how baseball players kind of start. You're in the front or backyard. You're pretending you're Aaron Judge hitting home runs, and I know that was a big part of my brother and I's childhood. And a couple of years ago, I got connected with this group called Major League Wiffle Ball. They're out of Michigan. They're big Detroit fans, so it was cool for them to meet my brother and all that kind of stuff. But 2 years ago, I got hooked up with them and started going to their tournament in Conroe and participating, playing with them. We actually won that tournament 2 years in a row. But, you know, I had a lot of time on the couch this year thinking about what I could do, and I reached out to the guy who runs that, MLW, Kyle, and I was like, hey, what would you think about helping me put on an event that benefits the Miracle League? And this is probably back in July. And he was like, I love it. Let's do it. He was like, where do we do it? I was like, why not at Globe Life? Why not? And he'd be like, that'd be so much fun. So it was just a thought. And then talking with the Rangers Foundation, we got it to become a reality. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I finally lost a wiffle ball game. That was kind of humbling. Those wiffle balls are hard to hit, man. They move all over the place, and when you're 38 feet away chucking that ball, it is not easy to hit. But, I mean, it was a blast. We had a great time. We had 77 teams. I think when we first started looking at it, we were like 40 to 50 was going to be really, really good. Next thing you know, people showed up and showed out. It was unbelievable. We had this whole outfield. We had wiffle balls flying everywhere. We had a little home run derby over here into the bullpen. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a long day, but man, I couldn't trade that for anything. To see just all the kids being able to get down on the field, and it wasn't just kids. We had teams of old men too. Just be able to get down here on the field and compete. It was so much fun.
And you had your brother Jace was here. Who else was kind of helping you out?
Yeah, so Team MLB, that's what we were called. It was myself, my brother Jace, Cody Bradford, Adolis Garcia, Jonah Heim, and then we had Colton Kaiser as well. And then Evan Carter was our honorary coach. So we had a good group of guys out here competing, and we were actually right over there, right behind third base. That's where we had our 2 games, and it was a blast, man. Well, and I was so sore the next day. I was throwing that ball as hard as I could. When it's time to compete, man, I'm not gonna lose on purpose. We're gonna give it everything we got. So I gave those guys everything I got, and man, I felt it for a couple days.
It's awesome because getting to know the guys as people last year, getting fortunate enough to call the games, I get to know a little bit of Josh and other guys, and And the Texas Rangers, great players, but even better people. These guys go to the children's hospitals during the holidays. They try to get out there during the season if they can. Other guys have charitable events that they try to do as much as they can for the community. Marcus Semien is a big leader in that. So Texas Ranger fans, you have a bunch of good Texas Ranger player people that are playing for your organization, and Josh is one of them, and plenty of other guys on the field that just put their heart and soul not only into the game but helping out people, and I love that about you and your teammates.
Well, we appreciate it, and that's a big part of just who we are as an organization too. It's trying to get the entire community rallied around one thing, and it's more than just playing baseball. Truly, we do have a platform, but it's more than just playing for yourself out here. You're playing for everybody, and that's truly what Miracle League does for me. It gives me a better perspective. It's like, man, I'm playing for all the people that can't, or I'm playing for all those little kids that look up to me.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. And every time you get out there, you get kicked in the butt a little bit because you're like, dang it, man, I've been complaining. I need to stop this. And it just gets that right perspective kicked in.
So I was talking to Chris Jung earlier here, interviewing him.
I was going to say, don't let him see me pitching like that. I might get in trouble.
Well, he had a lot of positive things to say. He first said, we got to get Josh Jung luckier with these injuries. But he's saying you're feeling great. So now, Josh Jung, talk about how you're feeling getting ready to go to spring training.
Yeah, 2024 was a rough one for me. Finally healthy. I'm finally at that point where the pain has subsided and I can just go have fun and train again. It's not like swinging and tensing up going, oh, please don't feel anything. I'm finally healthy. And for me, it's just a big relief because there for a while it was not looking great, especially when I came back and was trying to play through it. It was rough. It was hard, but had that second little surgery right after the season was over, and man, I'm really grateful I did because there's a lot of different options that we could have gone, and as a whole, we decided this was going to be the one. It was a little scary being like a little guinea pig. I don't know if anyone's ever had that tendon cut in baseball before. There's been some people rupture it, but I don't think they've had it snipped like we went in and did, and it's feeling amazing right now. So I can't be happier, and finally get to go into spring training feeling good.
So we mentioned Evan Carter earlier, coming back from injury. He's good to go. You're good to go. You add Jake Berger and Jock Peterson to this lineup. Talk about the additions and how special this lineup can be in 2025.
I mean, you look at that lineup on paper right now, you're like, holy cow. It's a good problem for Bochy to have too, because it's like, where do you hit these guys in the order? That's a good problem to have for your manager trying to figure that out. That's his problem though. We'll just hit, but yeah, looking at our lineup on paper, it's dangerous, man. We could put up some serious runs in a hurry, and then going into camp and getting ready for the season, you see that, you just get excited because you're like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, the other thing too is you got Higgy, you got Ezekiel Duran, you have Josh Smith, you have the four guys with Leote and Evan Carter and Langford and Garcia. Like, you're going to have 13 premium guys if everybody's healthy.
Right. If we stay healthy, when we stay healthy this year, that lineup is going to be dangerous. It's going to be a problem for pitchers to try and solve and get through all of us. And that's exactly what you want. And I can't wait to just get out there, get in the trenches with these guys and roll. Okay,
so you love baseball cards.
Oh, I love them.
I love baseball cards. I think we love cards in general. I do collect basketball and football cards too. And I know that you've talked about collecting Patrick Mahomes. Let's take you back to San Antonio, Texas. Do you remember opening your first pack of cards and when you maybe kind of fell in love with collecting cards?
I don't know if I'm going to remember my first pack. I'm not old, but that was a long time ago. Okay. Honestly, though, I think the very first cards I ever got, they were probably singles. My dad was a big card collector, and he does a bunch of vintage stuff. And he just got me into it. It was literally our reward for school. I was telling some people earlier, it was you had a good week at school. Next thing you know, we're at Toys R Us when that was still a thing, and getting these blaster boxes that just have random assortments of just random packs. And I vividly remember the box because it would just have random packs from all these different products, baseball cards. It was $19.99, and you would just rip it. And I was a huge Alex Rodriguez fan, so that's what I collected. And If I pulled an A-Rod card out of the box, I'd be so excited and ecstatic. And I remember one birthday, my dad comes home. It's probably like a 100-card box, and it's just filled with singles of A-Rod. And I was like, oh my gosh, for one, how did you get this? Two, this is unbelievable. And I still have that box to this day. It's in my closet here. So it's super crazy to see just the connections of it all and how it's kind of all come full circle now having my own baseball cards. But yeah, the beginning of my baseball card journey was my pops getting me into it and making it a reward so that we chased it, right?
Yeah.
And then to what it is now.
Yeah, for me, I was born in 1977. So 1986,
Just
I can remember.
Years before I was born.
A couple years. So 1986, well before you're born. I can remember it's the black border up top with the big letters in different colors. Rangers were in red colors, and that was the first time I opened up cards. So I can't remember either the first time I opened up a pack. There was a Circle K near like the Little League fields, and I can always remember sometimes my parents or grandparents letting me get a couple packs along with a Gatorade or something after the game. And so 1986 is the year I fell in love with baseball cards. Now that being said, I wish I would have fell in love with basketball cards in 1986, because then I might have, instead of like 10 O to B McDowell's, which first ever favorite Ranger of mine, I might have had 10 Michael Jordans.
Might have.
But yeah, that was 86 was my first year to really fall in love with cards. So that being said, we have some awesome cards here to rip. I want you to talk about 2024 Topps Chrome. For everybody's wondering, okay, like I used to like cards as a kid. I don't know too much about them. Talk about where the kind of card world has gone and how special these boxes can be.
Yeah, these boxes are crazy now. 2 years ago, this product was just a normal product.
Yeah.
Here we are, fast forward the last 2 years. When guys debut, they put a patch on their sleeve now, the MLB debut patch. And now Topps takes that patch after the game and they throw it in a card, and this is the product they come out of. And it is a big chase in the hobby right now. That's all people talk about is ripping this product, trying to find the debut patches. I know we were talking about Evans is still out there, floating around in a pack somewhere. Paul Skeens is still out there. And you're just, every time you open one, you're like, this could be the one. This could be the one. Evan, your card could be in here today, and that would just be unbelievable. But, yeah, that's what this product is. The hobby has just gone crazy for this stuff. And it's super cool because I felt like a couple of years ago, probably before COVID, cards were kind of dying a little bit. And then COVID got people back into the hobby, and now here we are in 25, and the hobby is probably at its peak.
Yeah, I got back into the hobby in 2018 pretty strong based off of being a Maverick fan and Luka Doncic, and then also seeing these two young guys, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Juan Soto, hit the scene in the major leagues, and then Shohei Ohtani in 2018. I'm like, well, let me buy some baseball cards. And then I'm telling my wife during COVID and stuff, I'm like, hey, I'm seeing these cards on eBay go up a whole bunch, and I bought these for like $1 a piece, and now they're $40 or $50. Now, prices have come down a little bit from there, not that they just kept going up, but yeah, this is going to be fun to rip. So as we rip these cards, I want to talk about maybe your YouTube page, you and Mike Trout, what could be coming in 2025, because that was really fun to watch.
Yeah, that was cool. But before, do you have a favorite card in your collection?
Ooh, okay, so Reese, it's tough to say a favorite card because I do have like a Patrick Mahomes rookie card.
Oh, wow.
It's I know we're doing Topps today, but most football cards, in fact, Topps doesn't make football cards yet. They used to. They're about to. But there's it's called Panini is the other company that kind of competes with Topps. Select field level, it's a BGS, which is a Beckett company, 9.5 of that card. So that's probably one of my favorites. The other one, which isn't worth a lot, and I tell people about cards a lot, don't just try to do this to make money. It is tough.
No, it's for
there
fun.
needs to be a connection. You're a Texas Tech guy. I'm somewhat a Texas Tech guy. I signed with Texas Tech.
Could have been a Texas Tech guy.
Could have been. My wife graduated from Texas Tech, and I went there for 3 semesters to get credits, but I got a Corey Seager card out of, I bought it on eBay, but it comes out of Topps Chrome. It's called, you have one too, it's called Let's Go.
Let's Go. Yeah.
And some of them are numbered to 50, but for randomly, if they didn't number them to 50, they're still pretty much out of 50. Corey Seager's card is, he's holding the bat after finishing screaming.
The swing.
It is just so beautiful.
That's
it
cool.
captures the moment. There's
really
another
cool.
card I love that I do have of yours. It's your 2023 Topps Chrome. It's called SP, so it just means it's short printed. It's you in the dugout with your red jersey, red helmet, everybody's hitting you, and I think that's after your first at bat of hitting a home run here at Globe Life.
Yeah, it wasn't a red jersey, and we didn't have the red jersey in 23 or 24, so that's probably pretty accurate.
So I love collecting Rangers, Cowboys, Mavericks, and I feel like when I get a card that has a connection, whether it's you, whether it's Dirk Nowitzki, like that's how I like collecting. Yes, if they go up in price, that's great. I'm trying to get a good price on them, but I do want a connection to that player.
That's truly what it's all about. And for me now, it's like every card has a story, right? Like not only the guy on the card, but that card is a picture of a situation or a scenario. And now trading memorabilia for cards and meeting all of these people, it's like now that card has its own journey, how it got to me or how it gets to other people. It's like all these connections you can build with cards, and that's what makes it so cool for me, because now being in the big leagues, playing with or against some of these guys earlier, you recall stories or funny moments or little things like that, or you remember like the exact scenario. You see it and you're like, oh my gosh, that was this game, this happened at that moment, and it's super cool to see all that. And now chasing my stuff and then seeing my brother's cards, and we have the family tree cards. It's a lot of fun.
So he'll have the debut patch. Jace Young will have the debut patch in 25. Yeah, so let's start ripping. The good thing is you have two hands.
I do have two hands.
I have two hands, but a mic in one of them. So as you start ripping, you can keep talking, and we have the camera up here so you guys can see when he pulls the Evan Carter card and Evan stops signing autographs.
If I pull the Evan Carter card, we're going crowd surfing. That's what we're doing.
So Wyatt Langford's card has been pulled, the 1/1 debut patch. That card could approximately sell for what?
Wyatt's?
Yeah. Did Ellie De La Cruz sell for $600,000? Do I have that number right?
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea, Ellie De La Cruz, the all-star shortstop for Cincinnati, his card, that is his debut patch, this will now be, if we pulled a debut patch, they're very tough to pull. This is going to be the card going forward of anybody's card. So you just missed out on your first game.
Yep.
They didn't do that yet.
Yeah, wrong side. Unfortunately, yeah, I missed out by a couple months. I'm not mad about it, because that would be a nightmare trying to find that card. But yeah, these cards, they're super cool. Again, they have a story, right?
Yeah.
And not only do they have a story of like the game, but like the emotion, like all the emotions they felt leading up that day, right? Like how nervous they're gonna be, all that stuff. That's just we all go through it that first game, and they went through it, so it's crazy.
What's the best card you've ever pulled out of a pack besides just bought individually?
That I've pulled out of a pack.
Yeah.
I pulled a booklet. It was actually a redemption card, but it was a booklet in 23. I'll tell everyone. In 23, I didn't know what I wanted really to collect outside of myself. And I really don't collect anything outside of myself. I think my cards are cool. That's a big job in itself, finding those cards on eBay and stuff. But I just bought a ton of products because I just wanted to rip. And I never really fully invested into like Topps and figured out like what product is what. Like I've always just whatever box they had at Walmart or Target or whatever, I just picked up like a little $9.99 box, and that was how I collected cards. But now getting a relationship with Topps and having all that, I would start buying product, just to see like what my niche was, like what product I really enjoyed to open, etc. So in 23, I bought so many cards. Like I'd come home and I'd have boxes in my locker, and now it's eBay packs and slips. It's funny because we'll walk into the locker room and I'll have like 10 of them sitting in my locker, and everybody's like, "Ooh, what'd you get today?" And I'm sure the clubbies are like, "Oh, coming down from the mailroom with all these boxes of cards."
Who's into cards with you with the Rangers? Are there teammates that like
Evan
doing?
Carter's big into it. Dane Dunning's getting big into it. Trying to get everybody into it. Wyatt will talk about it with me. I probably force him to, but he talks about it with me. We actually talked. We got so sidetracked. You said, how much is Wyatt's card going to be? That just popped back in my head. I don't know, probably 100, 120, I would assume. At the end of the day, too, it's like a card's only worth what someone's willing to pay.
For sure.
Right? And cards are going to go up and down. It's kind of like the stock market. Like if you're performing well, your cards will go up a little bit. If you're injured, your cards plummet. Mine. So you just kind of ride that wave, but it's so much fun to see it. And my favorite card I've pulled, that was the other one. Okay. It was a redemption card. It was a booklet. It was Bryce Harper, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Acuna Jr., and Buster Posey.
Holy cow.
It was an unbelievable booklet, and I finally got it. It took 2 years for it to come in, or I guess a year and a half for it to come in, and I finally have it. It's unbelievable. But then I opened Transcendent last year, right after the second exhibition game, and I pulled a Stan Musial cut auto, which is just like he signed something, not a baseball card, like a check or a piece of paper or something, and they like cut it and they put it into a card. And so that's really cool. And then I pulled the Bryce Harper logo man, which is like the little logo on the back of our jerseys, the MLB logo. And that's a 101 auto too. So those two cards, that booklet, and then Trout, which I know we're going to get into in a minute. He's signed a couple cards for me that I'll just cherish forever. And I guess too in the card journey is like I'm coming through high school, through college collecting cards, right? And like I look up to these guys because they're in the big leagues. Now I'm in the big leagues playing like with and against these guys, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. And you still see my cards that you'll get me rambling for hours, but it's also cool.
All right, so I need a raise of hands right here real quick because we're having a blast. We know what we're saying with these words. Does it sound like we're speaking another language at times when we're talking cards? a little bit. And that it's as we're going to open this, and maybe we'll just pull Skeens and Evan Carter in this same box.
I don't know, but this one looks a little thick.
Oh, do you want to wait on that one till the end?
Yep. Sit over there.
Okay. Open up the first one.
I promise I don't go to the store and weigh them like some people do, but you could. This one's a little thick.
As you're opening, I was very confused. If you're thinking about, like, I want to buy some cards for my kids, what do I buy? How do I buy? People will ask me that a lot. And I would say, try to start maybe with tops, just Series 1, Series 2. That's going to be easier. This is going to be really fun as we open. First one didn't get the Evan Carter big-time one, but it can get tough. At first, I would just buy what we call a base card or a basic card because the color and the shiny stuff confused me at first, coming back into it.
Yeah, and the product has evolved so much over the last couple years. Like this chrome stuff, it used to be one product. Now I feel like it's every product.
Yeah.
And the way we sign stuff, how the pins, and I don't know, it's all crazy. We can get super nerdy with it, but it's super cool. That's a pretty cool card.
Insert card there.
Yeah, a little insert, Future Stars.
Future Star, Junior Caminero.
It's just cool to see how the hobby and everything is just taking off.
So I know that in 23, you're a rookie in cards.
Yep.
And collecting cards, there's so many autographed cards now. It's
got a
very
Jack.
cool. How many? You got something special?
I got Jack Leiter.
Okay. That's my son's
cool.
favorite player, 16-year-old Jake.
Is he still here?
That's his guy.
Are they on there?
How many cards did you sign for Topps in 2023?
Oh my gosh. I honestly don't know, but they just, for all the players to be in the product, they send you these big old boxes, and they have the 100 count boxes within those boxes, and they usually can fit 9 of those. So, I mean, you're opening these boxes and you're just like, oh no. And they have a specific tape on them too. It's like a white tape. It says stop and a stop sign on it. You see that at your locker, you're like, oh no. I'm about to have no life for the next couple of days signing these things. But how many did I sign? Shoot, I don't even, a lot. And last year, what really sucked was I got a big shipment of cards in to sign, and then I got hurt. So I couldn't sign for a long time. And I'm very like nitpicky with myself. Like, I want these to be in the product. I don't want there to be redemption cards of me.
Yeah.
I want my signature to look right, all these different things. And I sat on these cards for months because I legitimately couldn't turn my hand to like sign. So I signed one card left-handed. It was awful.
And said no.
And I said, no, I can't do this. I can't ruin the integrity of my cards because I'm broken. So yeah, eventually just got them done, but it took a while.
Yeah.
But I signed a lot. I signed a lot.
Well, and Josh Jung kind of, I'll say, made history with one of his rookie cards, and he can talk more about it, but other players have followed Josh Jung's suit. Josh Jung took one of his rookie cards, and he decided, I'll let you take the story from here because you knew exactly what you did, but it became a big story nationally on one of the cards you signed.
Yeah, I doodled. It's called the doodle card. I called Topps, and I was like, man, I've been signing cards for hours. Can I have fun with one? And I ended up drawing some glasses, like a little Harry Potter thing on my forehead, and I think I said Go Rangers or something on it. And the idea kind of came from just wanting to have fun with it. And then I had just watched, Ready Player One. I don't know if any of y'all have seen that movie. Love that movie. It's definitely top 5 for me. But within the movie, they're chasing these things called Easter eggs. And that's how they get the keys, and they're searching for 3 Easter eggs throughout the thing. And I was like, what if you put Easter eggs out into the hobby? Like, not only are you signing these cards and people are chasing that, right? But like, they open this pack and you're doing all different kinds of stuff with your cards. I think that would be super cool. And it also like helps the card's value too, right? But that's not what it's just like something different, because like you can just sit there and sign, which most guys do, but you do something cool. Even if you're not the best player, people are going to chase your cards just because you do some fun stuff with it, and it makes the hobby, I think, more fun. And yeah. And
I think a fan brought it to a game, right? Do I remember this? Yeah, and showed
They've brought it to me a couple times to take pictures with. At some card shows, they came. We had them down for BP one day to take more pictures with, and I'm pretty sure they live down in Austin. Great people. They're holding on to that card. I was like, dang it, I want that card. But it's super cool, and yeah, there's Easter eggs all over the place now. I'll do one every once in a while. Pretty much one shipment of, I don't know how many boxes they send, but I usually try to mix one in. Just kind of depends on the product, but I'll mix them in.
Awesome. Okay, so is this the fat pack here? This is the one that could have something?
It feels thicker. We're about to find out, though. If not, I'm so sorry.
Let's see.
Anticlimactic.
Are we getting 30 years of
no, it's not
Pirates tickets here?
No, we're not getting anything. Jared Jones.
He's a good pitcher.
Wave, though. That was cool. Dang it. We got gypped. I thought it was a big one.
Well, and this can be tough. I love opening packs. This is fun. But I personally like buying individual cards. Like, just because you said you got hurt, I bought 15 of, I bought 23 of your Topps Chrome rookies from last year a couple weeks ago for $15. Awesome. They're gonna be $1,000 at the end of this year.
If that's the case, we'll be very happy at the end of this thing, huh?
When you're back to being an all-star,
we'll do what we can.
Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. You know, you got to take away the MVP at some point from Corey Seager in the World Series.
That's what I'm saying.
So is this a new box here?
This is the second box.
Second box, okay.
So it's cool, right? Like Ben Brown, he had a great year, but my first homer of the season was off Ben Brown right here.
Oh, yeah.
On his curveball. So it's cool. You'd be like, oh. Or it'll be like, wow, that guy struck me out. I don't ever want to see that card. Get it away from me.
Do you get autographs of players you've hit home runs off of, or just who are you asking for autographs from?
Everybody. Everyone. I usually get baseballs signed, though. I think it's cool to have, like, signed baseballs of guys. Because card-wise, I mean, you could pull a pack and get their autograph that way. That's cool, but for me, I like to get guys to sign baseballs with a blue pen and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, guys will send cards over all the time, coaches, whatever, and it's cool. It's cool to just see how the hobby kind of takes place within the game.
Well, you got a pretty good card on top right there.
Yeah, little Paul Skeens rookie.
I saw Paul
Skeens. Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill, yeah. That's first and second in Rookie of the Year voting in the National League.
It's pretty cool. We had Colt Keith. That's my brother's teammate. But yeah, you start opening this product, and the cards, the memories, they take you everywhere. Like Jackson opens this card, he's like, "Wow, I know what that moment was like because that just happened. It's super cool." And there's another Jackson.
This is an all-star card of Jackson Merrill. Talk about making the all-star team as a rookie and going to Seattle and getting to play with all the best. We got there something.
We go. There's the man.
There's a Wyatt Langford and a Jackson Churio.
Back to back. He just left too, dang it.
Oh, Wyatt did? Yeah. Now, I always forget.
I forgot your question. I got excited.
No, it's okay. This is really nice. What is this parallel called? If you can see.
Oh, I don't even know. Checkerboard? I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, like a checkerboard. You can see it's different than if it's next to Jack Leiter's there. You can see how different that card looks. Very cool card, though. And
so within the hobby, there's a thing called Chasing the Rainbow. So each card will have, I don't know, 10, 12, 13, sometimes 25 variations of the same card. They're just different colors. So like Chasing the Rainbow would be like, okay, we're going to get one of the base, and then we're going to get one of the checkerboard. Now we're going to get one of this like aqua wave or whatever they call it. So each product is kind of built that way. This one's numbered, I think. Yeah, that one's out of 199. So like, in each color, it kind of goes down in quantity. And then there's the 1 of 1, which is the hardest to complete the rainbow, but it's like 1 of 1, out of 5, out of 10. Depending on the product, could be 15, 25, 50, 75, 99 or 100, 199, 150. I mean, possibilities are endless with these card companies throwing these parallels out there, but it's so much fun to chase. And this year I was chasing my Topps anniversary rainbow of the autographs, and I got it, which was super cool. I ended up getting a superfractor from a guy in Anaheim. It was just super cool. Got him on the field, got to meet him. So I just need to get it graded. And I have my own like little pedigree at PSA when I get my stuff graded. It says the JJ6 collection on it. So it's like my personal collection of cards, which is super cool. Yeah. And I got the rainbow of that, so I'm waiting on that to come in, and I'll have the rainbow in my collection. It'll be cool.
So my question was, based off the Jackson Merrill card, there's a Jared Duran. He's
making the All-Star game. There we
MVP,
go. MVP,
right? MVP of the All-Star game here is
ex-teammate.
Very cool, yeah.
Sauce.
By the way, I was crying this morning because I was watching the highlights on YouTube of y'all's playoff run again.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I watch it, I don't think I'm going to get emotional, but then I see whether you're making a great defensive play, you had a couple home runs, and obviously you get to game one here of the World Series, and just you see the reaction, and you see the moment, and then you see Adolis Garcia, and
another teammate.
You just brings it back to the moment. But what was it like in the clubhouse, being a rookie, making the All-Star team, and being there against the best and playing with the best?
I mean, you walk in, and Ohtani was still on the Angels at the time. You walk in, and he's the first locker, and you're just like, oh, my gosh, this is crazy. I mean, it was super cool. Thank you, fans, for voting for me. That was awesome. It was super cool, and just to be there, all the excitement, it's a chaotic 48 hours because you're pretty much there for 48 hours. And you're running around, doing media, doing all these different things, but to see all the guys just – it's the best players in the game. It's the best players that season, right?
Yeah.
At the start of that season. So you just get to see them all, and you've played against them. You've maybe played with them. Like I'd played with Adley before, but we get to be in the same locker room for the first time since 2018 when we were playing against Team Cuba. Like cool things like that are just special and cherishing moments. But yeah, it was super cool to be in that locker room and just get to see everybody because you're also just get to have normal conversations with them that you don't necessarily get to have during a game. Like I chit-chat probably too much with the other team, but you're always trying to pick people's brain because I truly believe success leaves clues, and when people are successful, you try to figure out what they're doing, what their routine is, how can I implement that into mine, or if it's similar, or if it's way off and I need to sit down and go back to the drawing board. But Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, we have 5 kids that are going to get to open up cards with us now. So open up these last 2 packs, and we have some kids that are going to rip some boxes here. Rip a box of Series 2 Topps. All right. Josh Jung, your favorite?
Yep.
You're supposed to say yes at this point.
How you guys doing? Oh, come on, open. Y'all ever opened cards before? Yeah? All right, this is going to be fun then. We're going to give you each a stack. Who wants the purple one? If you pull something good, we're going to go crazy. I promise. Who wants the purple one? You want it? Take it. All right. Where are we, opening them with them?
Let's see if
y'all want to just get around the
you guys
table?
want to come like over here and open it up over here, or
I got to move my trash.
and Josh, you can.
Oh, okay.
We have one more box to pull the Evan Carter or Paul Skeens or.
Dang it. 0 for 2.
Well, this is
we
going to be.
haven't finished yet. It might be a redemption. Maybe it's this really small pack.
True. I guarantee you the Paul Skeens is not in the pack.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
What are we getting over there? Anything good?
We got a Andrew Heaney over here.
We got a Heen dog. Love that. What else we got? We pulling some Dodgers.
Now, are all you guys and girls, are you into cards, or is this kind of the first time to open? Like 300 cards?
Really?
All right.
That's crazy.
Do you have any Josh Youngs?
2? Let's go.
Now, if you want to, Josh, because we're running out of time in a hurry here, I just noticed that. Do you want to just kind of, with the kids, kind of open up those last 2 packs and then maybe start opening up that last chrome?
I mean, we could sit
to
here
see if
and
we
talk
can pull
cards all
something
day.
super special, but this is fun. And you can waste, this is what I did as a kid, you can waste time now. Back in the 80s, I had to open up these cards. That's an awesome card right there.
Awesome card.
It's a Seager, Simeon, and Adolis card.
Look at him.
Oh, Hedgie.
Yeah, Hedgie.
Probably one of your most favorite teammates ever.
Oh, I love Hedgie. Hedgie's the man. He is hilarious. Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure.
But this is how I learned the other team's players in the 80s. There wasn't a computer or a phone to get to see who was on the team. So this was how I learned the other teams. And watching HSC, Texas Ranger baseball games.
Who we got? Marcus?
Marcus Simeon.
He's going to be here soon. You got to get him to sign that one.
So, I mean, Josh, I'm just saying, these are your friends here. If you got all 3 of these guys to autograph that for a collection.
Ooh, that's the World Series card. Little picture. Those are cool. We got Durant and Simeon.
We're getting some Rangers up here.
That's
got Ellie De La Cruz rookie insert.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I need to start going now. I just want to see what they're pulling. The other thing, too, that was fun as a kid was trying to put the whole set together.
Yeah.
Like, you can go to Target and you can buy the complete set, right? But I printed out checklists. I'm in there highlighting. I'm going through trying to find it. I didn't really know about inserts yet. So that's cool. I was like, man, what are all these things? Why is this one a different color? And then I'd be like, well, I can't put that one in the set because it's different. So I'd throw that one at the side and I'd try to find the set. It was like, oh, there we go. Look at that, everybody.
Josh Jung, second-year Gold Cup.
Look at that. It's not a great face, but I've always wondered who decides which pictures go on the cards. I've always wondered that.
Do you like?
I need to have a conversation with them.
Defensive cards of you or offensive cards of you? Hitting or
love hitting. I love hitting ones. That one's cool because it looks like I'm making maybe not a barehanded play, but I had to charge the ball. So that one's pretty cool. But I'm a sucker for a batting stance or like here. This Churio right here where he's just kind of like holding this bat, looking around. I love it. I love stance. I love it. I love those. That's a cool insert with Bryce Harper. Blaze, Colt Keith,
good player. Teammate of your brother's.
Of my brother. Yep.
I'll tell you what, those are going to be battles this year against Detroit. They came on strong in the second half.
We got another Wyatt. Sheehan. I think I hit a double in at the corner off Sheehan in 23, potentially. Tyler Holton. Hit a homer off him in Detroit. See, that's what's cool. Oh, that's a wave. Y'all see that? Can y'all see the wave? Yeah, you can see the wave a little bit.
So you can see the
we got
difference in same card but different card.
2 different Wyatts there. But yeah, it's super cool just to open cards, and literally brings back memories so fast. But like I said, there's some bad ones where you're like, oh, get that card out of here.
Well, who else are we getting, guys?
We got a Cole Reagan's. Just auto. Look at that. Cole Reagan's autograph. That is so sick.
Former teammate right
Former
there.
teammate. That is super cool.
Yeah, those All-Star cards are cool.
Hauser.
So who did we get over here? We have Simeon and what other?
And Duran.
And then a Josh Jung.
She got the Josh.
Okay. Oh, Ezekiel Duran. A Sandy Koufax, really cool.
Koufax, throw it back.
Another Zeke Duran. Cool. Max Scherzer.
Mitch Spence.
Very cool.
Looks like we did pretty good. Who bought this box? We did pretty good.
Which card is your favorite card that you got?
Probably Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah, that De La Cruz is cool. How about for you?
Max Scherzer.
Very cool. Still seeing where he's going to play next year. How about it?
The All-American League one.
That one's cool. That was cool. The picture of us.
And then let me reach over here.
We got another Skeens. Look at that.
Which one's your favorite card?
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
That is awesome. We got another Skeens. Look at that.
Man, well, thank you guys so much for coming up here and opening up cards.
Yeah, thank you.
You get to take all those home.
Go take them.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all for coming up here. We might have to sign that Josh one. That was cool.
Oh, well, hey.
I don't have a pen, though. Looking for a pen. There's nothing on the floor.
Is this the last pack?
Last pack.
Okay.
We pulled another Skeens.
Oh, okay.
But also, too, like in each product, now they got like image variations, right? Like they got different
and this one's
images.
debut, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your debut card. I know your cards pretty well. You're standing on the line for the national anthem.
Yep. Super cool.
Yeah. First game ever.
Yep. Oh, we got a green. Jordan Beck. That's pretty cool. And Frankie Montas.
So we're not going to Pirates games for 30 years.
We're not crowd surfing today, Dave.
No, and we didn't get Evan Carter.
But we did pull a Reagan's auto. That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. And a couple of great Wyatt Langford cards. The best player in baseball in September.
Yep.
Skeens. Now, you haven't hit off of him yet, right?
Not yet. That'll be a fun battle. We're going to start running down a rabbit hole. We probably don't have enough time, but yeah, facing pitchers and all the different problems they face. When I say problems, it means pitches, their arsenal, what that is, all the different problems they present to us. And that's what makes hitting for me so much fun, is like trying to solve that problem, that puzzle that day. And granted, these guys are really good. We always say they drive nice cars too. Like they're up there to get you out, and it's their job to create these problems for you. But just to see what he has done, I can't wait to face him because he's so good. And everyone talks about his heater and his slider and all these different things, and you're like, well, I want to see it from the box. Like I've seen it on TV a lot. I want to see it from the box, and also it's a challenge to myself. Can I go up there and have success?
Yeah.
Or do I need to go back to the drawing board and figure it out? It'll be fun when we get to play them.
Okay, last question. It's a two-part question. Your baseball card goal of 2025 and your personal baseball goal in 2025.
Well, the baseball one's easy. Play 162 games. That's an easy one. Baseball card goal. I haven't signed a lot of the product yet, so I don't know exactly which cards are going to be out there yet. I wish I could tell you, but once I sign that product, I'll be able to be like, okay, this is the one I'm chasing this year. But yeah, that's the big thing. But I guess another one is with my YouTube channel. We didn't even get to it. We were talking about cards. It's just to be able to grow that a little bit more and just highlight the guys in the game that also collect cards and do fun things with cards. I'm hoping to get some more videos made and be able to pump those out. So
yeah, check out Josh Jung's YouTube page. He opens up 2011 Topps with Mike Trout. That's Mike Trout's rookie year. It's really fun to watch, and can't wait to see what's happening in 25. And I'm going to speak it into existence. your 2025 Western Division champion, your 2025 American League champion, and your 2025 World Series champion. I'm sitting here with the MVP of the 2025 World Series, Josh Jung.
I don't know if Corey's going to like that one, but we can have an argument about it.